And welcome to 520 Sports Talk. We are right back here at firKin, our lead sponsor. Love doing shows here. With the 04 Royals Club Travel Ball team tonight. The Royals are a really well-established organization. We're going to talk to them and find out some of the secrets of their success, give you a chance to find out more about them as well if you have a daughter that plays softball and maybe is looking for an organization. This is one of the top organizations in Tucson. So David Adams, Bill McCullough, glad to be here. Take care of a little bill paying first before we start the show. Once again, we are at firKin. Something's always going on here. Right in the middle of University Main Gate Square off of Tyndall University. They've got our show. See our banner right back here. You've got karaoke on Wednesday with Lucas Gonzalez. They have live music. They obviously have sports 7 days, 7 nights a week. TVs everywhere. Not a bad seat in the house. So thank you, Jody. Thank you, Garrett. I really appreciate your patronage. Also, Dynamic Comfort Air Conditioning and Heating, where your comfort is our only concern. Give them a call at 520-323-0008. You do not want your air conditioner breaking down right now in this part of the year. So if you're having a little bit of issues with it or you want to do some preventive maintenance, give them a call. Bianchi's Italian, we've got a big show tomorrow night there. We're kind of geeked up about that. Marana football. And a little fun fact, Marana football set the record for all-time most viewed show on the 520 Sports Talk. And it was in our first year in 2016, over 4,000 views. So we're glad to have them back tomorrow. They promised about 80, 85 people. We're going to pack out Bianchi's at Thornydale and Tangerine. Check them out. They've been in business since 1977. Also check out their other location by the West Campus at Speedway and Silver Bell. Johnny Gibson's Downtown Market and Highwire Lounge at Broadway on 6th Avenue between Broadway and Congress. Huge selection of sandwiches, burgers, ready-to-eat foods, along with dozens of beverages for adults and kids. That's where our show Under the Stars is. We have it on the back patio. Highwire Lounge will take care of all the adult beverages that you need. Arizona Native Landscaping, design, installation, maintenance. Go to their website, ArizonaNativeLandscaping.com, or check out their Facebook page, Arizona Native Landscaping. And High Five Sports Grill. We added them last month. They're our new Northwest Side show spot, right at the corner of Orange Grove and Thornydale in the Sam Levitt's parking lot or the shopping center. Check them out. They've got great food. They've got this bacon-wrapped shrimp that's just off the wall. It's really, really good. They've got darts there. They've got karaoke. They've got live music on the weekends. Just a fun place to hang out. So definitely check them out. And we'll get to the rest of our sponsors in a little bit. So, coaches, thank you for coming. Appreciate it. It's my honor to have you guys. Give us introduce yourselves. Give us your name, what your position is with the organization, and maybe a fun fact about yourself that maybe nobody knows.
Okay. My name is Victor Valenzuela. I'm the head coach. Been with the Royals for a couple years now. Let's say a fun fact about myself. 50 years old.
That's a milestone.
Right. Love where we're at with this organization. Very strong organization, like you said. We come out, we play hard. We expect a lot from the girls. We work them. We expect them to learn and improve and get to the next level. That's what we're looking for.
Don't matter. All right.
My name's Coach Jimmy Romero, assistant coach. Been with the organization a couple years. This with Coach Vic. A lot of coaching experience. I love coaching softball. Love coaching. This is actually my third year coaching softball. Kind of new at it. I've been a baseball coach for most of my time, and so it's new. I like it, and it's fun. I mean, fun fact about me, I'm always joking around. Keep it light.
All right.
Matthew Ornelas, assistant coach. I namely help out on the outfield. Big learning experience for me. You know, I started as helping out, and now I'm kind of learning it. I like to see to do new things, see the girls improve and liking the new workout drills and stuff like that. And every game and every tournament, I see a good improvement. So, and my daughter's in the team, so we keep our distance, and she does her thing, and I do my thing.
And she's probably sure she's happy about
Yes, yes.
Well, I think, Matt, one of the great things is that a lot of people sit in the stands and talk trash all the time about this, that, and the other thing. They know everything about whatever sport they're watching, but you come out of the stands and try and help. So I want to commend you on that, because most people just sit in the stands and, hey, you don't know what you're doing, and my daughter's better than this one, but nobody ever wants to come out and help. So I want to commend you on that. So, my question to you: you have a big difference or preference on boys or girls that you'd rather coach, or what's more easier or harder, or what? I can't coach girls. I just we just don't connect.
Yeah.
And I may say some things that are offensive to them that wouldn't be offensive to a guy team. So no, it's just better for me to it's just better for me to stay with the guys all the way around. So how do you make that transition?
It's been a learning experience, because actually I've coached football, high school football also. So my voice has been here. I've had to bring it down a little bit, and I've caught myself a little intense at times, and they kind of look at me like that. But I think coaching girls, I'm opposite of you. I think it's easier.
I'm sure it's easier because they want to learn and they don't know everything like the guys do. They automatically think they know everything because they've been playing PlayStation for 8 years before they start, so they know everything already. And the girls are more willing to listen, to learn, and grasp the fundamentals. Because they already know in their head that there's no way that they can know everything. They're 8, 9, 10, 12 years old. And the guys, they're already ready for the NFL and the NBA and everything. So that I can understand. I just have a problem. Coach, did you coach guys and girls, or you just been with the girls?
You know what? I have all girls. So I've coached. I have a younger brother. I coached him when he was younger, but I've been mostly all girls.
Okay.
I find it could be more difficult, especially at this age. These girls got so many things going on, but we figure out a way to get it done. I mean, we've got stinking quinceañeras every other weekend that we got to deal with.
Oh yeah.
Along with tournaments that we schedule and stuff like that. But I feel like, and I'm sure like all teams, all coaches around town feel like they got a great coaching staff. But I'm really comfortable in what we have here. I mean, we've got a guy with a lot of coaching experience who's coached high school football and coached boys, and I've coached girls all my life. He's had minimal coaching experience, but we've been together now for 3 years, and so it's come together, and we're a really strong team. I feel like we're a strong team. We compete all around town, so I like the girls. I'm good with the girls.
Oh, I understand. Well, he put his money where his mouth is. He's an avid sport supporter, so that really helps in coming in with experience, because a lot of people are TV sports supporters, and now you're watching a professional.
Right.
And you want a child to perform at the same level as a professional does, and then you got problems. And your son or daughter is 10, and they're already supposed to be drafted.
Right.
As you know. So
Yeah.
I understand exactly where you guys are from. I can imagine. That's got to be tough.
So, Coach,
That's why it makes it perfect.
I want to ask you a question. You said you coached baseball and now you're coaching softball. What was the biggest adjustment coming from hardball to softball?
I think it's situational. I mean, it's just obviously the field's smaller. I mean,
Stealing's different.
Stealing's different. Oh, you can't lead off and stuff like that. The biggest part for me was actually like cutoffs. There's not a lot of double cuts in softball.
Sure.
I mean, so it's just this mainly situational, defensive wise, and it's a fast game, and that's one of the things I love about it. It's a fast game. There's no standing around.
Where a double play in baseball is almost commonplace, is very difficult in softball because there's 60 feet between the bases instead of 90. And like you said, a smaller field, so it's more compact. It's just I love covering it. Like we cover the U of A softball, and I do Pima. We're going to do Eastern Arizona this year, and it's a fun game. It's 7 innings. I like baseball. I played baseball, but let's be honest, sometimes it gets kind of boring out there.
When the pitcher's on, both sports are boring.
Yeah.
When the pitcher's on, to me, when they're talking about we're going into the 7th inning of a no hitter or a perfect game, I'm like, come on. That's the only thing that really drags along for me. But I respect the athleticism of baseball players, especially nowadays, because baseball and softball, you don't see very many out of shape looking players. Back when we were kids, you see a lot of people that were just looked out of shape. They may be in shape, but they looked it. So I think everything is coming a long ways, and I would just want to commend you guys, because it's very difficult coming out of the stands and know everything, and then get there and realize that you don't know as much as you thought.
Learn every day.
So this organization's been around for a while. I mean, Ray Camacho is the 03 team?
03, yes, sir.
He's also one of Mike Candrea's assistant coaches at the U. So he coaches that travel ball team. The one thing that we've been bringing up to the travel ball organizations, we brought it up to the Firecrackers the other night. We brought it up to the Scramblers. We brought it up to just a number of club teams, is the lack of playing fields in Tucson. You guys are always having to go to Phoenix, Las Cruces, San Diego, Las Vegas. It'd be nice to have teams come here and host a big-time tournament, but for one reason or another, there's just not a lot of playing fields. How do you feel about that?
Well, tell you what, Chris B. Basulda, I'm not sure how to pronounce his last
my
name.
TFD brother.
Yeah, that guy is really putting it down around
Yes,
Tucson.
he is.
He's got a lot of stuff going on. Shout out to him. They got the Can't Beat the Heat tournament going down this weekend. A lot of teams involved. So he's always putting it down. If you need a field, he can find you one. We're from the southeast. I always say southeast, but when I tell them where we're from, they say south side. So
Little town or something?
we're little town, Sunnyside area.
If you're from the Sunnyside area, that's
Sunnyside area. Shout out to Louis Gonzalez, because he hooks us up with our fields, and we don't have the best fields in town, but we do have a field, so we're able to get our work in.
You got to get those guys that have the city connection. Chris,
you got to have a little hookup, a
TFD.
little connection.
Louis was
there.
my boss at TFD.
Yeah.
So
No, Louis is a good guy. Shout out to him and the Scramblers organization. And like you said, it is tough out there. If you don't have a connect or whatever, you're paying those top dollars. But like I said, Chris really putting it down around Tucson. A big shout out to him.
Well, Chris had a meeting with Bobby Pena, who's the president of USA Softball for Arizona. I work with Bobby up in Phoenix with 602 Sports Talk, and Chris is doing a really, really good job. Bobby, said, hey, we need to get some tournaments down in Tucson, because before Chris and Bobby got involved you were playing friendlies all this, and stuff. It's like, let's play some games that mean something. Yeah. Let's give these girls an opportunity to win something, a medal, a trophy, whatever, instead of like, oh yeah, good game was a friendly and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I think David would agree with me. When you're playing a game that means something as opposed to a friendly, like you're playing a preseason game or a regular season game, just human nature, you're going to try harder.
Right. Yeah.
Not if it means make the team or not.
Well, that's true. That's true.
I think that Tucson is going to come around as far as the fields are concerned. Tucson is behind in every facet of life. I think because it's such a retirement community, it's hard to get somebody to understand that's 85 years old that a 10-year-old needs a place to play.
Right.
Because when they were growing up, you just played wherever.
Right.
So Tucson is just slow.
It's the underrated city, right?
The dirty T.
For to have 1 million people, you would think that they would be a
little more
further
progressive
ahead than they are.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't even have 15 skyscrapers downtown. Our downtown looks like a little subdivision of something.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just incredible.
So tell the viewers out there, if they have a daughter that wants to play softball or is with another organization and maybe for one reason or another wants to change, how would they get a hold of you guys?
Okay, well, geez, where's Jeanette at? We are the Royals organization. All you have to do is look on one of the local websites, the Tucson Softball
Chatter or
Around the Dirt, all those guys. Look up the Royals organization.
you have a Facebook page, right?
We do have a Facebook page. It's Royals 04 Fast Pitch. Yeah. Royals 04 Fast Pitch. Look us up right there. We're pretty fortunate right now. We've got a pretty good group of girls, so we're really not looking. So we're pretty comfortable right now. We're not looking. We got a good group of girls that we're working with. But I know that like I said, there's a couple of 16U teams, Mejia, Ray Camacho's team, and then Ray's younger brother Rudy also has a 14U team, and I believe they're starting up a 12U team. So all you have to do is look up Royals and you'll find us somewhere somehow. And so I just wanted to bring up, this is our manager, Jeanette. She can tell you our Facebook page and where to look us up. If you're interested, go ahead and look us up. And
so if you go to Facebook, you can find us at Tucson Royals Fast Pitch Softball 04. You can also reach me directly at 603-7943 if you have any questions. We're a great organization. Our coaches really invest their time and their knowledge with our girls. And
Say the number again.
oh yeah. So again, my number is 603-7943, and you can find us on Facebook, Tucson Royals Fast Pitch Softball 04.
Is there any website, or you just do a Facebook?
We just generally use Facebook.
And that's the way to be. I mean, social media is where it's at nowadays.
Yeah, and you
stuff,
can message us there, and we'll get back to you right away.
Okay, so if you have daughters that want to play, maybe they're coming out of the Baja League, they've got their fundamentals are are beginning to develop, and these guys right here will take them to the next step, get them really developed, get them ready for not only high school ball but beyond. Junior college, D1, D2, D3, because if you're playing club softball, you're only playing for one reason, that's to get a college scholarship. We would like nothing better than to take the burden off the families and have your girl play the sport that she loves and actually not have to pay to go to school. So
I think one of the main things that we need to stress is at this level, it's very important to have coaches that care about you as a person and as an athlete. These coaches do, and they do a phenomenal job, and it's very important that you get in that type of atmosphere, because if you get in an atmosphere where it's just, we've got 90 girls and we don't care, you can get rid of a lot of people that way that were phenomenal athletes or just had an opportunity to go and play after high school. So it's imperative that you look into the Royals 04 group and come out there and they'll teach you how to make it happen. Sure. Jeanette's been doing sports. She could probably run the Dallas Cowboys.
that's right. Well, thank you, coaches, very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having
We appreciate you coming on.
Bro.
And we'll have the girls up.
Good job, bro.
Thank you.
So, all right, so while we're changing up, let's get back to a few sponsors. I love this sponsor. I mean, my car loves it. I love it. David's car loves it. Catalina Auto Recycling. Why buy new when used will do? For all your automotive parts and needs, go to CatalinaAutoRecycling.com. I'll tell you what, my car is full of parts from there. David's got a few parts. It's silly to go to an auto parts store and pay full price when you can get great auto parts. And some of them are new. I mean, some of them they'll order for you brand new. They're not necessarily used parts, but really, if you think about it, all cars run on used parts. As soon as you drive that car off the showroom floor, your parts are used. So definitely check them out. Worth looking into. Arizona Lending Specialist. Love this lady, Mo Hernandez. Call Mo the Mortgage Lady at 520-510-6698. With school starting, she also does our Spotlight Player of the Game football certificates that we present throughout the high school football season. She does the calligraphy for him, so thank you very much, Mo. Jim Miller State Farm. I'm going to see Jim tomorrow night at the Marana Football Show. He's going to be up there. We're going to get him on stage. He just got a new location up in further north in Continental Ranch at Coach Line in Silver Bell. We're going to ask him to just give us an update on the Jim Miller State Farm World. And believe me, he's your one-stop shop for life, auto, home, renters, and bank insurance. If you don't see him next to the Pima Federal Building, look for the red VW in the parking lot and go bug him for a quote. Teller Trophy, 2 convenient locations to serve you at 6th Street and 6th Avenue and at the 5700 block of East 22nd. Tucson's original trophy and award center. Go to TellerTrophy.com. So, also, Teller Trophy does the Player of the Year awards for us. So, definitely check them out. And we thank them for their patronage. Thank you very much. First Heritage Realty, the A to B team with Brittany Palma, looking for a house, condo, townhouse, or just land. Give her a call at 520-270-7958 and move the healthy way. And we will get to the rest of the sponsors a little bit later. Hi, ladies. How are you? Okay, so you two use that one, and you three use that one, okay? All right, so we'll start with you. Give us your name, where you go to school, and what position or positions you play.
My name's Sema. I go to Desert View and I play right field.
Do you have a last name by any chance?
Oh yeah, Cimental.
I'm Zarina Ferreira. I go to Tucson High and I'm a catcher.
My name's Hilaria Buruel. I'm a right field and left fielder, and I go to Sunnyside.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
My name's Mia Ornelas. I play center and I go to Tucson High. My name is Summer Simpson. I go to Troy High School. I play pitcher and first.
So we got one Blue Devil and one wannabe Blue Devil. That's fantastic. Well, tell me, what started you off in playing softball and not soccer or something else?
My parents just put me in softball when I was little.
Was it like forced or something? Or
They just pulled a gun out and told you, if you don't do this, we're going to kill you?
Well, no, but I guess I wanted to play it.
Okay. How about you?
Well, my dad played baseball, so I've always been like into that stuff, all the sports.
Kind of family tradition.
Yeah.
I have a lot of cousins, and if we don't play a sport, it's kind of like, what are you? So
Right.
I had to get myself into something, and I actually started off with soccer.
Okay.
I started off as a soccer player and I played soccer for like 2 years, I think. And then I just switched to softball. And I have 2 older cousins that play baseball and softball, so.
So softball just started off in the family from like my tata, my dad. So it's just like generations.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like something passing down.
Nice.
And it's just, I got to like it now.
Okay. Good.
all right, so let me ask you this. Obviously, you guys are going to play school ball as well, right? All right. You're playing for a very good coach, Bert Otero. I mean, I loved covering the Badgers on this last season. Actually went up to Phoenix and covered them in 3 games up there. Bert's a great coach. He's a legend in Tucson, as a matter of fact. You play for Bruno. I know Bruno since he was born almost, so because his dad Louis was one of my bosses at the fire department. Sunnyside's got a great tradition in softball.
Sunnyside has a great tradition in everything.
That's true. That's true. And it's just fun to play school ball and club ball. I mean, because it's like an apple and an orange. They're both fruits, but they're different. So, tell me one thing you like about school ball and one thing you like about club ball.
So when we played in middle school, I think one thing I liked about it was that we got to travel with the team on a bus. So it was fun, and then it was like more of my friends from school, and that's one thing that I liked about it.
Okay, and then what about club? What about
Club ball is like we get to go like travel more out of state, and then it's like we've been playing with this team and it's more competitive, so it's fun to be in championships and stuff, and it's in school you really only get one.
Okay, good point.
When you say more competitive, do you mean the games or practice or?
Like teams, because school ball it's like girls that like just play for like little teams. Sunnyside, there's good girls on Sunnyside and stuff.
Of course.
Not the high school, but like little league.
Well, club ball is an all-star team, basically.
Yeah.
So that would be the difference. One thing I'm gonna like about school ball is that I get to meet like new people that I get to go to school with, and like it'll just be different to see like I don't know how to say it, but like other teams that aren't on a club team
Sure.
that like we haven't seen, and I'm just excited for like the competition because like sometimes with club ball it's not like competition could get like down sometimes, but I'm excited to see like new things during school ball.
Well, I think school ball, and check me if I'm wrong, but I think the rivalries are more intense. Where did you go to school again? Where are you going?
Tucson High.
Okay, so Tucson High. So your big rival is probably Sunnyside or South Point or something, or Amphi, something like that, where, you know, if you're going to play Sunnyside, you're going to get geeked up as, you know, being a Badger. The Blue Devils are going to get geeked up to play you guys, where club ball, it's better competition, it's better talent, but it's just the rivalry parts I don't think is as intense. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. One thing I like about school ball is that I get to teach other people because there's a lot of beginners to start off.
Okay.
And one thing I like about club ball is that we travel more and have a closer connection with each other because we play.
That's always fun.
Well, I haven't really done school ball yet, but I'm looking forward to playing with like some close friends and like people that I haven't played with. But with club ball, we've been together for a while, so it's good to like, because we already know each other, so it's good to like bond with each other and like travel out of state.
Now you can ask this gentleman here to my left. A lot of things about school ball, whether it's football, basketball, softball, baseball, or something like that, there's a tradition. Sunnyside has a long, long tradition of athletic excellence, just like he said. Doesn't matter what sport. If you're a Blue Devil, you're a Blue Devil, and you can walk around proud and stuff. Tucson High, the oldest school in the town, the one with the most championships. Same thing. Desert View, you guys are a relatively new school, but you have done a pretty good job for the time you guys have been, you know, around. And where were you going to school again? Choya, okay, same thing. Choya has had some really, really good athletes come out of there. So a lot of it with the school ball is the tradition of the school. You know, when you're playing, you're also playing for your parents, your tata, your nana, your aunts and uncles that went to the same school. You know, you're also playing for them. So does that make sense?
One thing I liked about school ball was that I met a lot more people, and I also traveled with the team a little bit. We went to Douglas to play in a tournament, and then one thing about club ball is that it's way more competitive, and it puts your name more out there.
Okay.
So let me ask you this. After you're done playing softball, whatever level it's going to be, whether it's high school, college, professional, whatever, what is it you would like to do after you're done?
I want to become like a dietitian, like a nutrition.
Oh, okay. That's very important because I think it's almost 70% of people in the United States are overweight. You'll have an opportunity to make a lot of money. Okay, how about you?
Probably like an architect because I like designing like things.
Right.
Yeah.
Like commercial or residential? Like
Just
buildings or houses?
Yeah.
You want to design a skyscraper?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, all right.
I either want to be a lawyer or go into the military or teach.
Okay, so that's kind of opposite ends because if you're a lawyer, you like to argue, and you can't argue in the military because you got to do what you're told.
I know. I thought it was maybe going to help me later on.
That's a wide range of stuff, but at least you're thinking about it. That's important. How about you?
For me, for some reason, I've always wanted to like join like law, so like be a detective or become a cop. I don't know why. It's always been a thing that I wanted to do. Other than that, I don't know. But I've always been like a helper, so I always listen to like people, and supposedly like for me, like a therapist is like a good job for me. So I'm like thinking about becoming a therapist, and I'm pretty sure my brother, he wants to become a therapist right now, so he's like looking into that.
Well, that can also help you in the law enforcement because they have the police department or any law enforcement agency has negotiators. I mean, you got a guy ready to jump off a bridge or a building and stuff. You know, you're basically a therapist telling him not to do that. So
Yeah.
I mean, that could go kind of hand in hand.
Just get it over with. Push him.
Probably a doctor or veterinarian, just something in like health or nurse.
Okay. Those are all good profession and good goals to have because although how fun sports are, they're going to come to an end sometime. You're just going to have to want to do something else because most sports, you're lucky if you make it to 30. Most of the time it's going to be something in your 20s and you're lucky then too. And you're going to have to, you know, you got too much more life left to not want to do something else and at least be thinking about it. And a lot of people have trouble with the transition because they never thought about what they're going to do when they don't do sports anymore. So always keep that in your mind.
So let's kind of stay on the life goals. The architect, the officer, the lawyer, the therapist, the veterinarian. You guys all have a really, really good focus on at least what you want to do now. You're young, you always can change your mind, but at this point in time, you guys seem to really know and you have a vision of what you want to do as an adult. So with that being said, tell me the subjects in school that you excel in that's going to help you be whatever you just told us, and then tell us one subject that you maybe need a little bit of help in to get your grade up.
So I'm taking a science class that's like teaching health and animals right now. So that would help me get to like being a veterinarian if I wanted to do that. And then one subject I probably need help in is probably math because I can't count.
Yeah, so you're definitely going to need math if you want to get into the medical field because,
Yeah.
especially in the human medical field, well, even probably a veterinarian is, you got to learn the metric system.
Yeah.
My best subject in school right now is math. I've always been like ahead of the class, like all elementary and middle school. Right now I'm in geometry.
Okay.
And I'm a freshman and I'm taking the class with a lot of sophomores.
That's very good.
And then one of the subjects I probably need a little bit more help on is probably biology.
Okay.
I think one good subject I'm good at is English. And I'm taking honors English, so it's kind of helping me with my arguments and everything. And something
That's a
that
good
I need
thing.
to work on is probably geometry.
Okay.
So I have good enough.
All right.
I would say I'm pretty good at math because I know my stuff, and then in science I'm pretty good, but I have trouble with like some writing and like ELA stuff.
Okay.
I excel in science. Like right now I'm taking 2 science classes, and then I'm not like that good in English.
Okay, so the reason we ask you this is one of the things that David says, you're going to learn a lot of life lessons in athletics. Teamwork is one of them, okay? You guys are teammates on the field, right? So if somebody's good in math and somebody needs help in math, you should be teammates off the field. Doesn't matter if you're going to Sunnyside or Tucson or Cholla or Desert View. Help each other out. You guys obviously talk to each other during the week. You know, help you out with, you know, if you're good in math, help somebody that's not. Or if you're good in science, help somebody that's not. So, you know, that carries over in the regular world too, not just on the athletic field, okay?
Very true. Well, I think you guys got a very good head on your shoulders and you guys are thinking about the future. Tell me something that you like to do for fun now.
For right now,
Yeah. Besides text and go on Snapchat and Facebook and all that.
I like to go shopping.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with shopping if you got some money. You been robbing some banks or what? What's going on? You got a job?
No.
So you just shop Lyft?
No.
You grab mom's credit card?
No. I have like leftover birthday money
Okay. All
You
right.
got.
that I saved up.
When was your birthday?
In June
June what?
14th.
Almost made it. June 24th. You would have been the next greatest thing if you were born on that day? How about you? What do you do for fun?
Well, softball, that's really all I do, like, all the time. But for fun, I don't really
You don't have
like,
fun? You just,
Softball is your life.
Yeah, softball.
You eat, drink, sleep, softball.
which there's nothing wrong with staying focused, but I find it hard to believe that you don't do anything for fun.
I mean, I like going with my friends and like.
There you go.
Okay, hanging out with the crew, okay.
When I'm not playing softball, I have volleyball for school. If I'm not doing that, I have soccer.
Okay.
And if I'm not doing that, I probably have something else.
So you use for fun, you play sports. Okay.
Well, I like going to like the movies or hanging out with my friends.
What kind of movies do you like to see?
Anything from Disney, horror movies, and comedy.
What about like murder movies? People that are getting killed, like John Wick 3. Did you see that?
No.
You don't like to see people get shot and beat up and.
No, I could watch it.
I didn't say go out and beat people up, but you didn't see John? Have you seen John Wick 1, 2, or 3? Oh man, that's why you don't go to Sunnyside.
Probably just like other sports too. Like I'm gonna do volleyball too, and if we both make it, we'll probably play against each other.
Nice.
Okay. And that's really important to be multi-sport athletes because we bring up this subject every show. You're going to be a lot more recruitable, I guess you could say. My co-host up in Phoenix for 602 Sports Talk, Randy Shriver, she was a 3-time All-American here at the U of A for softball, but she came in being a soccer player and a softball player and was actually planning on playing soccer at the U of A, but then Coach Candrea said, no, I just want you to play softball. But it's always good to play another sport. One, you're using different muscle groups. Two, both sports are going to help each other out. Things in one sport will help you with softball. Things with softball will help you with the other sport. So it's very important. And like you, I mean, you know, it takes up your time. So, I mean, it's very productive. You know, there's no downside to playing more than one sport. So, how we do?
Especially if you're playing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to be in another sport and just sit the bench, it's not helping you too much, mentally or physically.
Okay, so we're going to ask you a couple funny questions. David's going to get one, and I'm going to get one. So we'll get David's.
All right, I want to know, Miss Shopping. You won. You wake up tomorrow. You got $1 million in a suitcase. What are you going to do with it?
I don't know.
So you like to shop. You got $1 million.
Buy the whole dang
and all
mall.
of a sudden, you don't know what you're going to do.
No, that's a lot to think about.
No, you can say I spend $100,000 on shopping, $200,000 to the charities, $500,000 to my parents. That's not very hard.
$1.50 to my brother.
You're lost. Okay, well,
We'll come back to you. Think about it.
same question.
Probably save it for school if I need it in the future.
You're going to save the whole $1 million
Not all
for
of
school.
It. Not all of it. Just some of it.
School till you're 80.
And then go shopping and
What do you like to shop for? Music, clothes?
clothes.
Shoes.
I got one question so far. Do you guys have parents, or did you guys just fall here? You think you might want to give your parents some money, maybe
Yes.
possibly pay the house off, just little bit
Buy
of
them a
things
new
like
one,
that,
a mansion?
or buy them a new car, maybe. You think? I'm just throwing out some things that. I mean, I know you guys live by yourselves now. All right, how about you, young lady?
I think like 1/4 of it I'll save for school.
Okay.
So $250,000.
Yeah, and then 250,000 to a charity,
Okay.
specifically to find a cure for cancer. Shout out to my cousin.
All right.
Okay.
And then I'd give the rest to my family.
Okay. So
Girl with the plan.
$500,000 to the family, $250 for school. That's not a bad idea.
Very good.
I don't know how much I would give, but I know what I would do with it. Some of it will go to charity. Some of it will go to my parents. Some of it will go to school and like softball. And then I don't know what I would do.
Give me a little bit.
And some will go to you.
That's
There we
all
go.
I'm talking about.
It's probably the same things as those, like charities for college and stuff. Probably like to pay back my parents, but everything that they've done that's probably still won't pay back what they've done. So
You can never measure what a parent does for you in dollars and cents.
yeah.
So I mean, even if you gave it all to them, you still feel that debt. You know, staying up with you when you're sick. Your boyfriend break up with you, they talk to you. Making dinner every night. You can never repay that, no matter how much money you give them.
Yeah.
Good answers.
Real good answer.
Almost good answers. Almost.
Did you think about it yet?
Why don't you just give it all to me?
I want to know. You're the shopper. I want to know what you're shopping for. Shoes, music, clothes, buying 16 dogs. I don't know.
Well, I shop for clothes. And
Okay.
then I guess I'll get some to my parents.
Okay.
Yes?
No, I will.
Okay.
I'll get some to charity. I'll buy some food with it.
Some food.
Yeah.
What kind of food? Junk food or
Good food.
good food? All right. You have a broad answer, but not bad.
I'll save some for school. Maybe buy something for softball.
There you go. Not a bad and no wrong answer. So we're going to stay on that food subject here, okay? You guys are teenagers. I know you like to eat. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl, you like to eat. So. Your travel ball club, you travel. Can't travel without a car, and a car can't travel without gas, right? See where I'm going with this? What's your favorite gas station food and drink? What?
You did?
Okay, so let me change it up.
No.
Give me your two favorite places to eat. It can be fast food, it can be a restaurant, it can be Nana's Tamales, whatever. And you got to get rid of one the rest of your life. Smarty pants.
Yeah. What the? I like Olive Garden a lot.
Garden, okay.
And I don't know.
You only eat at Olive Garden?
Nobody knows what they want to eat now.
Yeah.
Olive Garden and what else? Cane's, Whataburger, In-N-Out,
McDonald's.
EG's,
Oh yeah, EG's probably.
All right, so which one goes?
Olive Garden.
Olive Garden. You can't remember
I
the
like
second one, but
EG's
Olive
too
Garden
much.
goes. All right, Miss Badger.
Let's see. So I love Taco Bell. Nothing can replace Taco Bell. And then
I like cat food.
and then
You're Hispanic. How can you like Taco Bell?
I don't know. And then
That is so
if-
disgusting.
Are you kidding?
No.
No, I love Taco Bell for some reason.
And what's number two?
Probably Olive Garden.
Okay, and which one goes?
Olive Garden.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
In-N-Out and McDonald's.
In-N-Out
Talk to the
and
mic.
McDonald's?
Which one goes?
McDonald's.
Okay.
I'm a California guy.
I like Chick-fil-A,
Okay.
and I'd say Oregano's.
Oregano's, okay. That's a good place.
Yikes. I'd say probably Chick-fil-A then.
Chick-fil-A goes, well, you can eat Oregano's on Sunday.
And I'll say Chick-fil-A and Cheddar's.
Cheddar's is very good. I like Cheddar's. Which one goes?
Cheddars.
All right, so
Taco Bell. I can't get over that one.
I eat Taco Bell like once every leap year just because it's disgusting.
That's great.
And the thing about it is, you know that they know it because they come out with something new every 2 weeks. Try our new because they know the other stuff is disgusting. So they're trying to find some new stuff.
That's true. I mean, that's a perfect point. Look at McDonald's. McDonald's had the same dang sandwiches since we were kids, before you were born. You know, when I was a kid, they had a Big Mac. They got a Big Mac now. They got a Quarter Pounder. McDonald's isn't expensive.
But like since you were born,
Well, yeah, when I was
The
born,
ratio.
yeah, burgers were like a quarter.
But that's not the point. The point is the ratio is still the same.
Yeah. That's why In-N-Out's a good place, because they have 5 things on their menu. That's it. So David's right.
Well-
Taco Bell, you got 15 different things, and nothing stays because every 2 weeks they're changing it.
Taco Bell isn't really disgusting. It's just like if you've eaten real homemade Mexican food, you know that
should all
that's
know.
not.
Oh yeah, you never could go wrong with my abuela's cooking.
But nobody said that. Everybody picked something. He said you could pick any type of food.
Yeah, but
Mom's.
he said places where you
Oh,
want.
you can pick Nana's food if you
No,
want.
he said any food. See, you guys
Okay,
aren't. You
then.
guys ain't even listening.
I listened, but
Yeah,
That's
she's
right.
gonna take Taco Bell.
She's gonna take Taco Bell to the grave. All right. Well, thank you. We're gonna give you a
Hold on.
chance.
Yeah. Let's.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. The shopper.
The shopper. Go ahead.
Shopper. Where
Go
are we
ahead.
going? Where are we going to eat?
No, she already did it. I was gonna start the shout outs going.
Oh,
this
okay,
way.
great.
Yeah.
shout out to my parents.
Surprise.
Are they here?
Yeah, they're here.
Where are they? Right there. Shout out to the parents. All right.
Shout out to my family, mom, dad, brother, everyone, and my friends.
Where's your brother?
Shout out to my family in North Carolina and in Tucson. I love you guys. Thank you for watching.
Are they watching in North Carolina? Thank you for watching from North Carolina.
shout out to my family and my friends and my coaches and my teammates. Without them, I probably wouldn't be here right now. And shout out to my biggest supporters, mis abuelos. They're not watching, but I love them so much.
Well, you can tell them to watch it after the show's over because we'll have it on the Facebook
Don't
page.
forget to send out shout out to all the Taco Bell workers.
Shout out to my family, my friends, and then shout out to the Jaguars, the softball team, Desert View High School.
That wants to be Sunnyside but can't quite do it. I understand.
All right, ladies, thank you so much. Continued success, not only on the athletic field,
Tell your
but
brother I
in
said
school. Listen to your coaches, listen to your parents, and you can't go wrong. Thank you for being on the show. All right, so we're going to finish up with the sponsors. Pearson, why don't you pan the crowd? And we've got a great group of Royals parents for Royals thing. Royals Nation, give yourself a big hand. All right. Oh, we got some latecomers. We didn't get enough chairs, huh?
I'm scared. There's fucking whole crowd over there, but you're not getting it. Oh, excuse me.
All right. You okay, or should we get you a chair? Okay. All right. All right. We'll start with you. Give us your name, where you go to school, and what position you play.
My name's Zayanet Nieblas. I go to Amfi High School and I'm a shortstop.
Okay.
My name's Destiny Robles. I go to University High School and I play left field.
The Penguins in the house.
My name's Destiny Town and I go to Tucson High.
Where do you go?
Tucson High.
Okay.
Do you play a position or you
I
just
play
walk
third.
down?
I play third.
My name's Destiny Lopez. I go to Tucson High and I play second.
Okay.
My name is Gabriela Valenzuela. I go to Sunnyside High School, and I'm a pitcher and second baseman.
All right.
Blue Devils.
My name is Liana Rodriguez. I go to Tucson High, and I'm a third baseman.
All right, great.
Okay, tell me, what drew you to softball?
What drew me to softball?
Yes.
I think just the fact that I've always tried to like prove boys like softball is a sport. Like I don't care what you say, softball's a sport.
Yeah.
And plus my mom, I'm just following her footsteps. So yeah.
Are there people out there that don't think softball is a sport?
Yeah, well they just argue that baseball is more difficult and they think softball is like a bootleg of baseball.
Well, it's difficult in a different way, but they're both. I mean, they're both.
Tell him to go to
Same
YouTube.
thing.
Tell him to go to YouTube and watch Jenny Finch strike out Jose Canseco.
Okay.
What drew me to softball is that, kind of like she said, how I just wanted to prove boys wrong. And when I was little, my parents put me in softball, and I've been playing for 10 years, so I've loved it ever since.
So, before we go here, there's this theme going here that you guys wanted to prove people wrong. And did you guys have a lot of people saying that you couldn't play, you weren't no good, or what was it? A little bit of both? They just said you weren't no good and you won't be able to play, and so you had to go out there and show them what it was about? Okay, I like that.
Good answer.
What drew me to softball was most of the girls in my family played softball, like my tias and my cousins. So it's just been a theme in my family.
Okay.
Well, I started off playing baseball, and then when I was like 8, I joined softball. So, yeah.
My dad has 3 daughters, and he played when he was younger, and he made me join when I was 3 years old. So I've been playing ever since then. He's always like pushed me and my sisters to play, and I've always stuck with it. So.
Was your dad a Blue Devil?
No, he went to Amphi. He's the head coach, Coach Victor.
Oh, man. I don't know about them Panthers.
My mom played softball, and a lot of my cousins have too. So it kind of just ran in the family, and I decided that I wanted to play. I wanted to follow my mom's footsteps and play.
Was your mom a pretty good player?
I think so. I'm for sure.
Does she have some DVDs to show you when she was?
No.
Oh, hey. Whenever somebody tells you, "Oh, I was so good," tell them, bring out the tape.
Bring out the tape.
Yeah.
Let me see. Show me some All City, All State, something.
I know.
Tell them. That when you get home, say, "Look, David said, let me see some evidence."
Yep. I'm gonna have to.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys play club ball, you play school ball, okay, for your respective high schools. Let me ask you this. I'm going to ask you a different question than I asked the first group. Would you rather win a state championship with your school, or would you rather win a real high-profile club tournament, and why? Anybody can start.
To be honest, I'd rather win with my club team, with my girls, because nothing against my school. It's just I know that we've been together for a long time, and I feel like just the skill level is different, and I don't know. I just really like my team.
Okay, good answer. There's no wrong answers, by the way. We just want to see what your mindset is.
I would also rather win a championship in club ball because I feel like I've grown really close with these girls, and I've only been playing with them for a few months, but they're all like family to me.
Terrific.
I'd rather win with my club team because, well, I didn't get to play with my high school because I was ineligible, but...
Say it a little one more time. I didn't hear you. You were having issues? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I heard her.
Also, I played with most of these girls before when I was younger, and I don't know, we're just like a family, so.
Okay.
Okay, Miss Ineligible.
I'd also want to win a championship with my club ball team because I've like grown up with a lot of these girls. So yeah.
I feel like winning with your school is really important because of like you kind of get noticed a little bit more. but I would rather do it with my club ball team because once again we're like a family. We've been together for a long time, and I feel like it's more memorable and more meaningful.
Okay.
I would rather win with my club team because we basically, I feel like we grew up together. You know, we started when we were in 6th grade, and now we're sophomores. So I feel like it would be more memorable with people that I consider my sisters and family.
Okay.
I have a question for you. So, because of the issues that you had in school, what did you learn from that?
I learned that like when you procrastinate, eventually it builds up, and
That's a fantastic answer.
That's a real good
Because
answer.
it's not a defeat if you learn something from it. If you just say, hey, David, just one of them things, I'd be concerned. But the fact that you learned that you can't procrastinate and you got to do what you say you're going to do, now school's in trouble because now you know what you got to do. So now they got to deal with the fact that you're ready.
yeah.
So that's fantastic that you learned something about that.
And I know the the Royals organization, as well as all the club organizations, really do stress school. It's not like, oh, I can't play school ball because I don't have the grades, but I can go play for the Royals and stuff. So school is very, very important, okay? Especially because you play club ball. The reason you play club ball is because you want to play college ball, right? College is school, so you got to get the grades to get a scholarship, okay? $80,000 to $100,000 is what it costs to go to school these days. A university or a college is not going to spend the money on you if you're not getting grades, okay? So it goes back to that student-athlete term, not athlete-student. You're a student first because your academics is going to carry you a lot farther than your sports. I mean, after a while, you're just too old to play sports. You're going to have to hang up the cleats, the spikes, the sneakers, and you're going to have to go out and do something, in the regular world, okay? So we can't stress enough how important grades are to maintain. Good grades are not I can stay eligible. That's not the reason to get good grades, is to prepare you for life after sports. If you get good grades, you don't have to worry about being eligible. It's a thing, you don't even think about it. It's like, oh, I got to pass this English test, or I got to pass this humanities exam, or I can't play. It's like, that shouldn't be an issue. So, do we all agree with that? Okay. All right, so, kind of staying on the same lines is, you guys are young, you have plenty of time to change your mind, but at this point in your life, with what you know, how you excel, if you excel in math or science, or maybe you're a good writer and you want to be a journalist or something like that, what do you think that you would like to do after softball's over? Anybody can start.
I want to become a detective. I've always been really interested in that ever since I was younger. I always watched shows about stuff like that. I think anything really in school can help me with that.
Okay.
I always wanted to, when I was younger, I wanted to be also a detective, something like that. And I tend to be a little bit more good at science than in any other subject. But recently, I've wanted to move with being a director.
Like a movie director?
Yeah.
Cool.
I used to do drama in middle school, and I wanted to be an actor, and that's where it kind of started off. But then I joined a film and TV class at my school.
And where do you go to school again?
Sunnyside High School.
I had to get that plug in there for you.
That's something that I want to do, and I want to study in college.
Sunnyside's a very good school. You'll learn a lot there.
I want to stay doing sports, so a sports.
Like a coach or
No, like a
Trainer?
reporter.
Oh,
you want to be a journalist? Okay.
Yeah.
You want to be our co-host?
Yeah. Sign me up.
We do have student co-hosts.
Well, my dad manages a Smoothie King here in town, so
red shirt?
yeah.
Okay.
So I've been thinking about maybe taking that over at some point, or something in finance.
And your dad needs to come talk to me after the show about advertising.
been like really interested in sports medicine, and I've also been interested in law and like criminal justice, and I've always wanted to be a doctor, but I'm really interested in sports medicine right now.
Well, they're kind of close. Sports medicine and a doctor is really close. So it sounds like that's where your heart is in helping people and still being involved in the sports arena. So that may be the ticket for you. How about
Okay,
you?
Miss Amphi Panther.
Hi. I'm back and forth most of the time, but I'm looking more towards therapy or becoming a therapist or athletic
Physical
training.
or mental?
Mental.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
That's very, they're starting to pay a lot more attention to people that are having mental issues now, because they're saying that these people have mental issues when they go in the malls and shoot people and things like that. So there's going to be a lot of healthcare is going to be very important in the future. So all that you guys are talking about being in healthcare in some capacity, that's a good field to look into. I like that.
Now, you guys all have a great vision. You guys are very mature. I appreciate your answers. Just continue to excel in the things that you are good at, so you can use your high school, your college education to use when you're an adult on whatever field you happen to choose to go into. So that's very, very good. So, funny question time, Mr. Producer. Okay, funny question time. Boy, the last girl, like you asked me that last year. I'm like, I had to think really quick. So I'll ask the first funny question, then David can ask the next one. All right. Two-part question. What's the hardest thing about being a kid, and what's the coolest thing about being a kid? Anybody can go.
The hardest thing I think would have to be that you're young, but you have to experience a lot, and you have to have a lot of priorities, and you have to
You have to experience failure as well as success.
yeah, being very young, and it's a hard thing, but it's a good thing because it'll lead you to do better. The coolest thing, not having more mature priorities than now.
It's a good answer.
So yeah.
It's a good answer. Taking out the trash is a lot easier than going to work.
The hardest thing, I'm gonna start with the easy thing. Having a roof over my head, having my parents.
Pay for everything?
Yeah, basically. And the hardest.
We've had some girls say people don't take you seriously because you're young.
The hardest thing, I don't know. I mean, just having.
Not being able to drive, or
Yeah, not being able to drive.
I think the hardest thing is time management, because we have so much stuff going on in our lives right now. It's like hard to balance things equally.
okay. Once you learn that as a kid, it's going to help you as an adult.
Yeah. The easiest thing would probably be not having to worry about like the hard responsibilities, like
Bills.
and yeah.
Good answer. Good answer.
I would say that the hardest thing about being a kid is that people expect you to act like an adult, but then when you do act like an adult, then they don't take you seriously. And then, like, the coolest thing about being a kid is that you don't have as much responsibilities.
And all your food's free.
I think the hardest thing about being a kid is like adulting and getting those responsibilities. People don't depend on you as much either. The coolest thing I'd say is you get to live for free with your parents. So yeah.
Okay, so I'd say the easiest thing is having a roof over my head, like bills, not having to pay for much or anything at all. And the hardest thing I would think is also like people like time management and expecting you to act mature when you are. It's like they don't, like she said, they don't take you serious. So I think that's probably the hardest thing.
Good answers.
Those were excellent answers. But now I want to know my standard question. You find $1 million tomorrow, what are you going to do with it?
If I had $1 million, I'd put some to the people who need it, charity, obviously. Some to some to my mom because she deserves it for putting up with me. Save some for myself and put it towards college and getting money if I need it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would definitely put it towards like animal shelters and places that have to do with animals because I'm a big animal lover and there's a lot of animals out there that they struggle and like they can't do anything about it, as well as people out there who struggle.
No, that was funny because they struggle because then they can't.
I got 3 death row dogs. I got 3 rescue dogs, so I know what you mean.
I run over dogs in yards all the time just because. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Honestly, I'd probably give it
Get
all
on
back
my
to my
email
parents.
list.
You want to do what?
I'd honestly probably just give it all back to my parents. They've done so much for me.
You give it all to them?
Yeah.
That's not a bad move either.
And maybe like, side conversation, hey, you want to kick me back a couple of 10 grand or something?
I'd probably take me and my family on a trip because they deserve it. They've done so much for me. And yeah,
Where would you go?
somewhere far.
Somewhere far.
Somewhere far.
Like Mars?
Yeah. No. I mean, a spaceship.
There we go. Blue Devil.
For some of it, I would also put to my family because they've done so much for me, and I feel like sometimes they don't feel like I appreciate all of it, and I do. So I would like to prove that to them. And then the rest of it, I would buy a car.
I knew she was going to go shopping.
What kind of hold on. Wait, you going to buy what, a $800,000 car?
I don't know.
That's a Blue Devil move right there. That's something somebody from Sunnyside would do.
So
Nice.
I would give some to, a lot of it to my parents and my brothers, because they've always been there. Family, they're close. And charity, and I would also, a lot of my family's from Mexico, and you go down there and there's always a lot of people in need, young kids in need, and so I would, just do whatever I can to help them and families out down there.
You guys are all girls. None of you guys go shopping? I mean, you were the closest one buying a car, but it was like, you guys don't shop?
My mom can do that.
I don't know about some of these people. The other group, what did she say? She was giving it all to something. She wasn't going to buy nothing.
Yeah.
Summer.
Okay. All right.
You know, money's not everything, and,
Right.
and it is very important, though. Just one of the key things I would want to say to you girls is that when you're deciding on a career, pick a field that you would do for free. I know you say, what the hell am I work for free for? No. If you would do it for free, you know that there's no job that's free. So if you would do it for free, you're going to enjoy that a lot more than just working for money. There's a lot of people that work for money and they're miserable. So if there's something you would do for free, that's the field that you should go into. Because that means you're getting paid for something that you would do for free. You can't beat that. So just something to think about.
It's just like softball. You're not getting paid to play softball now, but you do it because you love the sport. Exactly. All right. So, shout out time. And you can shout out to Mex because Facebook's worldwide. All right. Anybody can start.
Big shout out to my family. They're always there for me. They do everything to make what I want possible. Also shout out to Mexico because that's where my family's from, repping. And yeah, that's it.
Big shout out to my family. Love and appreciate everything that they do. And shout out to my softball team because I enjoy being with them and playing with them and experiencing a lot with them. And shout out to my dad, because my dad always pushes me to do everything. And shout out to my school.
I was waiting for Blue Devil Nation to come out.
Shout out to my family, always being there for me. My coaches for making me, get to the higher level. And my 5 friends.
All right.
This is going to be kind of a long list. First, shout out to my nana, my parents, my brothers, my sister, my niece, and my sister-in-law.
See, she shouted out to Nana, so she's not going to get that chancla down the hall as you're walking into your bedroom.
Shout out to my family and my friends as well as my team, because they've always been there for me and they're a really big impact on my life, and I don't know what I would do without them.
Shout out to my family and my friends that are supporting me and watching this. Love y'all. And shout out to my coaches, because they took me really far. I was kind of low at first, and then especially Coach Victor and Coach Jimmy and Coach Matthew, they pushed me to be the softball player I am today.
And Amphi Panther Nation, or Sure.
One more shout out to my mom, because I know she's watching me, even though she's not here. I love you so much, and I appreciate everything that you do for me, and everything that you do for me and my sisters, and taking care of me even when you need to be taken care of.
Sure.
Shout out to our parents too, all of the parents, because they're our strongest supporters on and off the field. Even if we're down, they're always telling us to toughen up. So shout out to them.
And isn't it nice to look in the stands and see your parents and your cousins, your tias, and your nana and tata out there supporting you, whether you're playing school ball or club ball? I mean, that's priceless in my mind. So, all right, we want to thank you guys for being with us tonight. It's been David's honor, my honor to have you. Continued success with the Royals. When you get to school ball, go for that ring. There's nothing. Don't downplay the importance of getting that state ring, because, as David says, you can walk around Fry's and QT and stuff like that and just remember when we beat you guys really bad. So just remember that. So continued success to you on and off the field. All right. Thank you.
All right, we'll see you guys.
All right. So let me just finish up with a couple of the sponsors, and then I've got kind of a program note for you guys. Simply Noted, mixing modern marketing techniques with an old school personal touch. Expand your business footprint by going to simplynoted.com. Wildcat football star Ricky Elmore owns this company. He will do a really good job on getting your business noticed, getting your bigger footprint, getting you more companies, getting you more money, obviously. So definitely check it out. Also, Arizona Motor Vehicle Express. I love this place. 6741 North Thornydale, just north of the Costco in Marana. Open 9 to 5:30 Monday through Fridays, 9 to 3 on Saturdays. Nobody wants to go to the DMV and spend 3 hours when you need a driver's license or a tag for your car. Anything the DMV can do, Arizona Motor Vehicle Express can also do, and it'll get you out of there in about 15 minutes, at probably 20 at the most. So also, with that being said, we finally got our shirts done, and I want to thank New Stitch Embroidery, because they did our hats, and these are 3D puff hats, and they also did our shirts. Now we're going to have this as part of our fundraiser. What we're trying to do is raise fund to get a little bit more high tech. We're going to have split screen. We're going to be able to put the logos of our sponsors on the screen. We're going to be able to have the audience participate a little bit in a couple different ways, either by phone or obviously on screen like we do now. We're going to probably do this in September during football season. So be watching. I'm going to get with Jody Reitzman. We're going to find out. We're going to figure out how we're going to do the fundraising. It's going to be online. And also, I want to talk to you about. We were going to do this in June, but we got hung up on a couple of different issues, and I had a lot of shows, and I never ever want to have a team not have a show in place of something that we do for ourselves. So we're going to have our 3rd anniversary party. We started in June of 2016 with the idea, and we started on the air September 7th of 2016 with our first 520 Sports Talk show, and from there it's been so popular we now have a 602 Sports Talk show based up in the Valley in Phoenix. So be watching for our 3rd anniversary party. Any team, any athlete, any coaches that have been on our show over the past 3 years, all of our sponsors are welcome to come, and even the general public. We're going to have it right here at Frog and firKin. This place will hold 100, 125 people. Let's pack it out. We would love to meet you face to face, especially some of the viewers that have not, or maybe not on a team, and they have not had a chance to come down and watch a live show. Come on down. We'd love to meet you. David and I would love to meet you. We've made a lot of great friends over the last 3 years, and we want to show our gratitude towards you for supporting 520 Sports Talk and 602 Sports Talk up in the Valley. So with that being said, just kind of keep an eye on the Facebook page. So we want to thank Royals Nation for coming out tonight. You guys packed out the house. Thank the girls. Thank the coaches. We really appreciate it. Tomorrow we have a really big show up at Bianchi's in Marana. We have the Marana Football Tigers, and they are raring to go. They're going to bring probably 85 people. They're going to pack out Bianchi's. If you are planning on going to the show, get there early so you can get a good seat. We are going to be in the main dining room as opposed to the private dining room, just for the fact that we're going to have a bigger crowd. Also, if you're up in the Valley, mark your calendars. August 15th, the number 49 rated team in the nation, the number 1 rated team in all of high school football in Arizona, the Chandler Wolves, will be our guest at Copper Hill Moonshine Grill on Chandler Boulevard next to Rudy's, just east of the 10 freeway. So I want to thank you for that. So thank you very much for watching us. We'll be back tomorrow for the Marana High School show, 520 Sports Talk, Southern Arizona Sports Talk with a twist, and it's a wrap.